I am one of those few people who have been around the world shouting most, making noise. Why America? Why Norway? Why Turkey? Why Qatar? Why Saudi Arabia? Why France are coming to Africa to divide us? Yet we have lived for millions and millions of years together as the people of Africa. Our continent was created for us. We have to leave it as it is for future generations. We don't know how many people will come and go on this same continent. We don't know the shape, the manner in which the continent will be in days and years and millions of years to come. We are passing a cloud in a direction that takes us where we leave a legacy. History is a teacher of the past, the present, and the future. The people of Africa, East Africa, the people of Kenya, and Somalia have lived together for these centuries. They have never known there was oil in the Indian Ocean. They never knew they would be faced with COVID together. The COVID killing everybody across the continent does not discriminate Somali, Kenyan, Arab, English, or whoever. It's a common factor. Today, our resources, instead of building an army, and the armies that want to kill, face each other, we need to build an empire of economic competition. I have introduced what we can call competitive economy. So people were challenging people in Kenya who not talk about it. But mine is that we should get it now. I've discovered a competitive economy because we don't have a middle class in Africa, Miriam. We don't have a middle class in Africa. Yeah, we have feeds in the middle, not a middle class. Show me one African country that has a middle class. None. Show me in Mogadishu who is the middle class. None. Show me in Kenya, in Nairobi, who is the middle class. None. If you stopped all the people on the streets of Nairobi and ask them how they got those houses, if you stop the people in the city of Mogadishu, how they have built up this city once again, somehow, somewhere, they must have done something which is not in normal sense, the right direction. Therefore, we have no middle class. Therefore, we must build dialogue based on an African competitive, not jealousy, not ego. I want to take this opportunity to thank President Farimajo for taking one step forward to allow his Prime Minister to come to Kenya to seek dialogue. Yea, I might have had differences, Your Excellency, but this is how Africa is shaped. Your Excellency, President Farimajo, one African like me must stand up and protect you. Look at your height and how you are built. You are small. You need a big African like Masan to speak up so that the Bazungu can fear, so that they don't touch you. So I stood up and spoke against the ICJ cases. I did it in favor of both countries to come on table. I wanted that dialogue to happen. I did not want to go to the United Nations Security Council route. I have gone there, and I will still go there if dialogue is not completely open. I stood up to speak because I wanted to pump sense. You needed an activist like me of international stature, a man who can recite what are the capitals of the world. Out of 191 capitals, I can tell you 182 without looking at the Google map. You need such a person. You need a person who knows what international relations is to shout, and that man is here. You need a person who defends people. You need a person who tells people the truth, that the uniforms that Al-Shabaab is wearing resembles the uniforms that Saudi Arabian army has. Both of us are on the same side, Your Excellency. And that is why I have been talking loud and loud. I'm sorry in my talk, Your Excellency, President Farimajo, I might have gone astray. But you also hit me with very heavy words. Because among your people, they are my friends. Among your parliament, they are my friends who know me. The ones that I helped when they didn't have a home, when they didn't know how to write, to fill a form in London. They found me in London. In 1991, I had already arrived in London 4 years before. And I helped them to resettle. Most of them are with you in Parliament, Your Excellency. Some of them know me. They know me when I talk like it is on a subject of Somalia. It is not out of an anger. It is out of making Africa better. And that is the stand that I will take. I will speak up until Africa becomes better. I want to thank you very much for having sent back an envoy, your Prime Minister, to come and initiate dialogue. That's the best way an African system can work. If we rely on Norway, Qatar, Turkey, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, whatever country is coming, they come with their own conditions. Your Excellency, have an African spirit, initiate the talking. You have done a very good job. And today, Miriam, I want to move a vote of thanks to President Farimajo for having taken one step into finding out where things went wrong. Equally, I want to take an opportunity to thank President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta in this statement on behalf of Pan-African Forum, UK Limited, an organization that spearheaded to oppose any of these cases in the ICJ and anywhere, an organization that has tirelessly worked to expose the proxy wars that are being planted on the people of Africa, an organization that has stood firm, that has criticized the handling of the Ethiopian Tigray war, an organization that has stood firm and talked about the South Sudan war, an organization that has stood firm and talked about AU for shortcomings. Your Excellency, as the chairman of Peace, Security Committee of AU, you take up the mantle as a representative of Saharan Africa. Take up the mantle, Mr. President. Show dialogue. Seat, engagement, the words that you said last time. I was very pleased. I want to thank you that is how peace and the peacemakers are made. Give them room, they give you room. Close the space, they go inside and destroy. Let's open up and have dialogue. I want to take this opportunity to thank my station, all my people, those who stood by us while we are discussing the question of Somalia, that there is nothing that stops us to say what we want to say on Africa. Africa is our continent. It is our business. If Africa goes wrong, we are to blame. If Nigeria sinks as it is sinking, it is sad that we must talk about it. If South Sudan is coming back to war, this channel will talk about it. We have already warned the people about South Sudan, Your Excellency, President Uhuru Kenyatta, that there is an army that is destabilizing Southern Sudan. I warned it several times. I've been speaking about it. Now the truth has come, and it is coming back. The war is returning. Do we sit down and fold our hands? We still have enemies. Americans are departing and leaving us to fight our own war. The war they created us to fight up to the end. Is Africa ready for this? As a head of the United Nations Security Council, Sub-Saharan delegate on the rotational basis, it is very important that ways, means are discussed, solutions are found out. And I believe, Your Excellency, you did a great job for the people of Kenya yesterday when you led the delegation and welcomed the Prime Minister of Somalia to initiate the type of dialogue that Mogadishu and Nairobi return to normality and start discussing the matters that we want to hear. We want to hear about development. We want to hear about blue economy. We want to hear about competitive economy. Tawish Makana word. Competitive economy. Forget about bottom-up economy. Competitive economy. Someone has been challenging people that they have not brought. I have now invented Matsanga. That is what you should follow. Because I studied political science. I did not study plants like a Ruto. I studied political science to heal the people's wounds inside the soul. There is no political science theory. Ruto cannot defeat me on that. Competitive economy is what Kenya needs. Not handouts economy. Not trickle from the top economy. No! Miriam, you are going to see them jump with the word now. You need a very senior person of my status, 65 years. What do I need from the earth now? Haven't I done my best? My children have grown. Haven't I done? I've seen grandchildren. The first grandchild is soon approaching to 18. Haven't I done it? I will see what you call in Maasai grand. So what else do you want from me? I must leave a legacy of talking for Africa, to protect Africa. Diplomatic leaks looks behind who is bringing chaos in Africa. The countries that sell uniforms to Al-Shabaab. Are you happy when you see the same uniform Al-Shabaab is wearing is the same uniform Saudi Arabia Army is wearing? Who's speaking about this? Mugabe is gone. Nyerere is gone. Obote is gone. Kaunda is gone. Mandela is gone. Gabriel Nasa is gone. Sakutura is gone. Ibrahim Silas is gone. Jomo Kenyatta is gone. Patrice Lumumba was killed. Who else do you want to speak? If I come to speak, if one man from the mountains of eastern Uganda, tall, 6.2 inches, feet, stands up and says, I'm speaking, come what may, I am telling France the truth. that the French are the problems of Africa. If one man stands like me, and I said there will be a proxy war in East Africa, 4 years down the lane, it is here. It is in here, East and Central Africa. Isn't there a proxy war? If anybody here listening to me can challenge me that I didn't say it, I play those clips. Isn't there a proxy war now? A good proxy war. Rwanda and Uganda have closed their border. I'm still working behind the enemy line. Both of them, not enemy, friendly lines. Because I'm a great friend of Kagame. I like Kagame. Was slightly younger in the Liberation Front. They were in NASA, we are in Chikos Maroon, 208 KJ. We needed that border opened. We shall talk, and I will talk. President Museveni himself gave me his numbers. 8 of them. Fortunately, 6 have not worked. 2 still work. Don't waste your time talking, oh, Matanga, oh, this. I pick a phone and I say, Your Excellency, there is a war coming there. Because I'm not a warmonger anymore. I shook up hands and I said, I'll remain a peacemaker. And the president appointed me a peace ambassador on tape, on video, which I can play for you. Yes, if he says no, I play it. But the president will not say no. The people who gongered my money are the ones who will say no. It was not there. But the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, former Prime Minister Rugunda, Okello Oryem, were in the same meeting, and they will not say it was not there. So how do you appoint a bad man to be your peace envoy? I brought peace. That's why I'm very happy that today Somalia and Kenya have finally come to start. They have started talking. Those who did not want them to talk, sorry. But for now, let's take one step, Miriam, at a go. That the peace talks, the talking is going on. It can start, we can help. And a court ruling that comes out is not helpful to the region. Your Excellencies, and a court ruling that comes out of International Court of Justice does not help us Africans. It helps the mercantile cities of Paris, Oslo, New York, Washington, and other countries that are interested in recolonizing Africa through taking of their minerals, their oil resources, making us more slaves, enslaving us, allowing us to die in Mediterranean Sea. We are dying in the Mediterranean Sea, in hundreds and hundreds of Africans crossing over to the metros of Europe. To the extent that France does not even want you to be there. But France wants to come and create a war in Mozambique. It has created that war. It has now called on Kagame to go and save their total oil installation in Indian Ocean near Cape Delegado. Oh, what a mess, Africa. What a mess, Africa, Miriam. This evening, I'm going to face one challenge on a country called Ethiopia. Ethiopia is falling to pieces. Somalia, you have taken a good stand. Thank you very much. This evening, You see a looming civil war coming in South Africa. You see men who have taken up 15,000 bullets out of a container of millimeter 9 millimeter, 9 AM. Those who are soldiers know the bullets, how they work. You see a war brewing up in the southern, the only stable state that we thought could be a model of Africa. If we don't speak, if we don't talk to each other, if we don't open up dialogue, you want our region to be like that. I want to thank President Uhuru Kenyatta, the government of Republic of Kenya, the government of Republic of Somalia, President Farimaj, and the President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. I want to thank you for opening this dialogue. And I want, on behalf of Pan-African Forum, UK Limited, I want to encourage you. Go ye miles and miles. Paul said in his books to the Philippians, and I wrote, Tawish is a good listener and a silent Christian of ASK Church. And I believe I am also an Anglican church goer. The only church that I have gone to since I was born 65 years ago. I was baptized in it. I will remain in it. I will die in it. Paul told the Philippians that I'm preaching not because I'm a Jew, but I'm preaching to non-Jews so that you can respect that even a non-Jew can preach. Have you seen that? Go and look at those letters to the Philippians. I have no time to quote much. All of us got this religion from other places. Before the white man Livingstone arrived in my camp, Kabaka Mwanga, Kabaka Chwa, Kabaka Suna, Kabaka Mutesa 1, Mutesa 2, Mutesa 3, Chwa, Daudi Chwa, all these Kabaka Kabalega, all these guys, my panel, had a religion, isn't it? Yes. For example, the Baganda had a religion that you have to touch the waters of Narubale. Lake Victoria was called Lake Narubale. Someone changed it to the Queen of England, and we have left it there as a symbol of hope, not as a symbol of division. Not as a symbol of division. The Turks came, tried to conquer. The Italians came, tried to conquer Somalia, Ethiopia. The Portuguese came, carried Somalis all the way to Sofala. Have you seen Tawishi this morning? I've become a preacher, man. I teach this subject called political science. Therefore, it's in my head. Miriam, I want to submit that at the end of the day, what President Uhuru Kenyatta and President Farimaj, His Excellency Farimaj, my brother, forgive me if I have offended. But I said it to protect you. Look at my weight, I'm heavy. When I talk in ICJ in The Hague, Wazungu bring their mag, they run quickly, who's this guy? And I talked and the sense came. We should have not gone there. Let's now talk about it. We can develop these resources without a quarrel. We can share the resources without a quarrel. What is difficult for you not to sit down and analyze why Africa has fallen and is trying to fall to pieces. Why you want to hold an election, the most expensive election in the world on the continent of Africa is found in Tawishi's home. You are the most expensive guys, as if God created Plato Republic, Socrates, Aristotle told you that Kenya alone will have the most expensive democracy of electing MPs. Hey, Miriam, how good, how special were the Greeks to you? You have an election where a presidential candidate in Kenya must have $4.4 million. Are you buying the entire Kenya when you don't have even a cylinder? Some cylinders are missing. Some hospitals have no cylinders. Learn from the past. Look at why some things of colonialism are bad and some things are good. I submit. I support dialogue between Mogadishu and Nairobi. Thank you, Miriam.